Southwest anthem. Listen. The Southwest Region Anthem. We are going to kick this off with the opening prayer. May I invite Superior Evangelist Rotimi Amos, Can Secretary, Ondo State, to lead the opening prayer. While the Chief Imam should please stand by, Sheikh Abdul Karim Akorede, the Grand Imam of Akure Land, should come close, please. Also, Chief Olubumi Awotiko should also come close. Sheikh Abdul Karim,
we now give the representative from Christian Association of Nigeria Southwest, Superior Evangelist Rotimi Amos, the opening prayer in Christendom.
Jehovah, Jesus Christ, Michael, Memo, Aláṣẹ láyé àti lọ́run. Adúpẹ́ fún ìpéjọpọ̀ yìí, Olúwa gbọ́ ọpẹ́ wa. Fún àwọn ọmọ rẹ tí wọ́n fààyè sílẹ̀ láti wá jíròrò nípa ìtẹ̀síwájú orílẹ̀-èdè, Jésù gbọ́ ọpẹ́ wa. Pẹ̀lú ìgbàgbọ́ àti ìrètí pé wọ́n débí láyọ̀, wọ́n á padà láyọ̀, Olúwa gbọ́ ọpẹ́ wa. Àgbé gbogbo àwọn ọba, àwọn ìjòyè wa, àwọn májòbàjẹ́ ìlú síwájú ẹ̀yàn Ọlọ́run, Olúwa bá mi dì wọ́n mú. Ẹni tí ó bá kú ọgbọ́n ká béèrè lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Ọgbọ́n tá ó fi rìnrìn àjò orílẹ̀-èdè tá yẹ wá lè ní, Olúwa sọ̀ kalẹ̀ fún wa. Ìrìn àjò náà jẹ́ kó já sí ayọ̀, jẹ́ kó já sí ògo. Ọkọ̀ Nàìjíríà Kristi ọmọ Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó gúnlẹ̀ sí èbúté ayọ̀. Gbogbo wàhálà, ìdààmú, rògbòdìyàn léni jẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ kó gbé mi. Kọ́run kó ṣí nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ wa ká lè dúpẹ́. Jésù Olúwa wa. Àmín. Àmín.
Adúpẹ́. Up next is Islamic prayer by the representative from League of Imams and Alfas Southwest Nigeria, Sheikh Abdul Hakim Akorede. Abdul Hakim Akorede.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء محمد بن عبد الله وآله وصحبه أجمعين. Ọlọ́run abẹ́ ọ́, àfi títóbi rẹ̀ àfi bẹ̀ ọ́, àfi agbára rẹ̀ àfi bẹ̀ ọ́, àfi ìjẹ́ ẹyọ̀kan ṣoṣo rẹ̀ àfi bẹ̀ ọ́. Ìjókòó wa yìí tí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ lénìí, àfi ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ àti àárín àti ìparí ẹ̀ àfi lé ìwọ Ọlọ́run ọba lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run bá wa mójútó. Ọlọ́run ṣe ní ìpìnlẹ̀ dáadáa fún wa jẹ́ ká lè máa ní lọ síwájú Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká padà sẹ́yìn gbogbo àwa tí a wá síbí ńgbà tá a bá máa fi parí Ọlọ́run jẹ́ á padà délé wa pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin sallu ala nabiyyil karim.
Ó kù kan ẹ máa jókòó bàbá wa kí wọ́n máa bọ̀ níbí.
All right, fún ìwúre Chief Olúbùnmi Àwòtìkú.
Ẹ dá mi lóhùn pé tiwa làṣà tiwa níṣe ọmọ Yorùbá o mojúbà akọ́dáyé àjúbà àtiwọ̀ oòrùn wíwí ní tiwa o ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run tó ní Òdùmarè òun ló ní àṣẹ ìpéjọpọ̀ tọjọ́ òní Olúwa fi àṣẹ sí o ekò lóyìn júbà ilẹ̀ kílẹ̀ má lanu fún àjúbà ọmọdé àjúbà àgbà àjúbà àwọn aláṣẹ àjúbà aṣáájú àjúbà onílé àjúbà àlejò àfitì Ọlọ́run ṣe àfitì Olódùmarè ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá á tùbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá á dùṣe ilé ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa àárójú o ikú ó dìgbére láàrin wa àìsàn ó dìgbére láàrin wa lílọ bíbọ̀ wa kò ní bí aráyé ń dùn o èyí tá a wí lẹ́ni àrò mọ́.
Adúpẹ́.
Is somebody clapping for the Yoruba nation here? Mẹ́ta lọ́kan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣàkíyèsí àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta microphone yìí kan náà lò. Èdùà lókè lọ́hùn náà kan náà ni gbogbo wọn ń gbàdúrà sí. Nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣàdúrà kí n ṣàmì ni kò síjà kò síta ẹ wúra yín látẹ̀wọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. So we'd like to welcome you to this dialogue. It's a family meeting. And I'll tell you, a very serious family meeting. And once again, the theme is strengthening democracy through dialogue, assessing progress, charting the future.
Group Afenifere
You
and
once
the
again would
development
like to
agenda
welcome you.
of Western
And a
Nigeria,
very
Dawn
special
Commission,
applause
coming to
for
you
the man
on
that
the
has decided
network
to host
service
this
of the
family
Nigerian
meeting
Television
in this
Authority,
state. The
NTA.
governor of Ondo
My
State.
name is
Somebody
Niyi
call me for
Omotenshe. I'm going to be your commentator on this program till we come to the end
Thank
of
you
it.
very much.
Today we are live from the International Conference Center, the Dome in Akure, Ondo State, where leaders from across southwest Nigeria have gathered to discuss issues affecting the region. Thank you for being with us.
Excellency, the host governor for this event, the executive governor of Ondo State, Mr. Lucky Orimisa Ayedatiwa, Your Excellencies, please let's make the applause robust. We're here to celebrate Yoruba land. Thank you. Your Excellencies, governors of Southwest Nigeria, Your Excellency, the chairman of Southwest Governors Forum, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, Your Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, represented by his deputy. Can we please give a round of applause, please? We can't afford to be tired now. Your Excellency, Governor Biodun Oyebanji of Ekiti State, Your Excellency, Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State, represented here, past governors present, deputy governors past and present, distinguished members of the National Assembly, members of the state houses of assembly in southwest Nigeria, honorable ministers and ministers of state of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, chief justices in southwest Nigeria, our keynote speaker, members of the state executive councils in southwest Nigeria present, heads of key government agencies, parastatals and institutions, heads of security agencies in southwest, members of the diplomatic corps, heads and members of the academia, captains of industry, our royal fathers present, religious leaders, civil society representatives, members of the press and the media. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you again to this highly significant event that celebrates the ethos of democracy, that celebrates inclusion in democracy, that celebrates engagements with the people, a citizen government engagement summit themed, strengthening democracy through dialogue, assessing progress, and charting the future. And Yemi, I think the tone of the event today was already set by the Minister of Finance with his notes that went public yesterday saying that Nigeria has turned the corner, stating that the economy has bounced back. And I think we deserve a robust applause, given that our leader, our president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is leading this pack of people who are doers, who are results-oriented. I thought you'd be clapping. I thought you'd be clapping. We were on the brink. And now, the economy has recovered. Yemi?
What he has just done is to acknowledge the great thing our own Kogbodoku Wale Edo is doing. Under the able leadership of the President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Thank you so much. But we are going to move on quickly. But permit me, because before you start wondering, who is this person that is talking to us? And that's why I would like to acknowledge, or actually introduce quickly, my co-anchor, a broadcaster, journalist, community campaigner, public analyst, convener of sanitary pad media campaign, etc., including being honored by the U.S. organization as a voice of dignity. Please join me as I welcome my co-anchor. I call her FT.
Yes, thank you very much, Yemi. My name is Anike Ade from Treasure Akintoye. Thank you for bringing us to Akure, to Ondo State, to celebrate our heritage as we also evaluate what we've done so far in the last 2 years of democracy. And it's my honor to also celebrate one of our cultural icons in Yoruba land, one of the people rewriting the face of Nollywood, rewriting the history of Nollywood in Nigeria, signposting the Yoruba culture for all to appreciate. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome a man that is esteemed in stage and in films in Nigeria, Mr. Yemi Shodimu.
Sorry, never mind that. That's the only time we can have our own commercial break. The business starts now. But permit me to say this quickly. We have two governors seated here today. And the Yoruba nation is lucky to have the two serving governors here seated. The Yoruba nation is also lucky to have the other governors in the southwest, though duly represented by their very able deputies, the Yoruba nation is proud of you all.
Yes, indeed.
Two things, however, that is common with the two governors seated is the fact that they are able and naturally able to even smile the devil to submission. Is somebody clapping for them? Thank you, governors. Well done. Right now, yes.
A rí wípé àti kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn pàtàkì tó wà ń bí, gbogbo àwa tá wà ní Àkúrẹ́ ń bí, tá wà l'Ondo State, gbogbo àwa tá wà ní South West Nigeria, àtàwọn tó wá láti Abuja, gbogbo wa láti òkè òkun. Ṣùgbọ́n ó ní àwọn kan tá àti ìkè òyẹmí, àwọn màmá wa. Mo wá fẹ́ kí wọn lọ́tọ̀. Tí n bá ti dá orin yẹn yín màmá wa, ẹ bá mi gbé o. Mama o, mama o, mama o, Olúwa dá màmá sí fún wa. Olúwa dá màmá sí fún wa. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí o. Mama o, mama o, mama o, Olúwa dá màmá sí fún wa. Olúwa dá màmá sí fún wa. Àwọn bàbá wa náà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, èèyàn pàtàkì làwọn bàbá wa náà, a kì í kọyán wọn kéré. Nítorí náà màá tún wá tún ṣe bàbá o, bàbá o, bàbá o, Olúwa dá bàbá sí fún wa. Olúwa dá bàbá sí fún wa. Ẹ ṣeun.
Thank you very much. So, àti rúbọ yín o, ṣé ká tẹ̀síwájú? Ẹ ṣeun. We are moving on quickly. We are moving on quickly. And it's time to ask our host, the governor of Ondo State, to address us. It's therefore my privilege and honor to invite His Excellency, Governor Lucky Orimisa Ayedatiwa, to address this gathering.
Today's summit theme, strengthening democracy through dialogue, addressing progress, charting the future, aims to provide a platform for citizens and government representatives to engage in constructive dialogue on key issues affecting the Southwest. We are about to witness the opening session of the summit where the chief host, Governor Lucky Orimisa Ayedatiwa of Ondo State, is about to address participants and set the tone for their discussion.
Thank you. Let me first of all give thanks to Almighty God, the author of life, who has made it possible for all of us to gather here this afternoon, alive in health and in strength. To Him alone be the glory. You will also permit me to give honor to whom honor is due. This morning and this afternoon, I'm being regarded as the host governor. I think I want to drop that toga to see myself as one of the hosts or co-host governors. And the real chief host of this event is no other person than a living legend, the only surviving or the one that is alive among the legends that started this progressive move in the Southwest. I'm talking of no other person, and I'm going to acknowledge him in absentia, even though he's not here sitting with us. Our father, a nationalist, progressive leader, a nonagenarian, Pa Ruben Pasurat. Now let me acknowledge my brother governor, the chairman, Southwest Governors Forum, the governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. I pay my respect and regard to you. Let me also acknowledge the governor of Osun State, who is not here in person, but have delegated that authority and power to his deputy to represent him here. His Excellency Senator Ademola Jackson Adeleke, being represented by Prince Kola Adeusi, the deputy governor. You are welcome. Let me also acknowledge the governor of Ogun State, who is also unavoidably absent, but has also asked his deputy governor, Her Excellency Engineer Noimon Salako, to represent him today. You are welcome. The governor of Ekiti State today has a series of events marking his 3rd year anniversary in office. And we spoke earlier on, and he said he will join us here before we close for the day. But in his absence, he has asked her secretary to the state government of Ekiti State to stand in for him, Professor Malara Adubiaru, SSG, Ekiti State. You are welcome. Let me also acknowledge His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, who is also not here, but he has also told me that his deputy will join us very soon. So let me just acknowledge him in absentia. This is to tell you that the 6 governors of Southwestern State were in unity together concerning this event. I want to acknowledge the former governor of Ondo State. He's here also in our midst, His Excellency Dr. Olusegun Mimiko. I recognize you. My own deputy governor, Dr. Olaide Olabi Adelani, MNI. It's a long list of protocol, but just permit me to adopt the long list as my own protocol, but not without acknowledging few other personalities, especially those who sit with the president of this nation in deciding both economic, political, and social affairs of this country. Permit me to recognize the Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy as a point of contact to all other ministers, Mr. Wale Edo. I recognize you. I know Dr. Azar Akunle Salako, Minister of Health, is here. I also know that Mr. Adiba Adilabu, Minister of Power, is also here. You are all recognized. All former deputy governors that are seated, I recognize you using Alhaji Oluboyo as a point of contact to all of you. All other the members of the National Assemblies that are here with us, I recognize every one of you. All directors, chairman, DG of federal agencies, parastatals, and commissions, I recognize every one of you. Our KBACs, our revered KBACs. I have in our midst, I'll just use 3 of them as a point of contact to all other royal fathers that are seated here. His Imperial Majesty, the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Ejina Abimbola Akeem Owóadé the First. Kábíyèsí o. Let me also acknowledge His Imperial Majesty, Oba Chadi Afolabi Olaoye, the Ṣọ̀ún of Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. You are recognized. And my own Kábíyèsí, the Chairman, Ondo State Council of Obas, His Imperial Majesty, Dr. Ajibade Gbadegesin Ogunoye III, the Olowo of our Chairman, Ondo State Council of Obas, using you as a point of contact to all our royal fathers from Ondo State that are here. Kábíyèsí gbogbo yín ni mo kí o, mo ṣèbà orí adé o. A lè máa pè yín lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan torí amọ̀ra wa ń bí. Thank you so much. Our fathers, political leaders, who are here with us. They've been here very early, very punctual. Sometimes I look at their age and how they manage to be punctual. This morning, Baba Akonde, Baba Omo Kekeke, he touched the ground of Akure this morning at exactly 5 minutes past 9. And when I was told that he's already on ground, I was rushing. Baba, I pay my regards to you. We are happy and glad to have you here. The former governor of Osun State, the one-time chairman of our party, ACN, chairman of APC, and real political leaders, and still a leader, still very, very active politically. We greet you, sir. Baba Akonde, you are welcome. Let me also acknowledge Chief Pius Akinyelure. We greet you. Thank you for coming. And I'm also told that Kabiyesi, the Alake of Egbaland, Kabiyesi, ẹ má bínú, a kí yín tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀. Àṣẹ Kabiyesi o. Let me also greet our own elder statesman here, who is standing in for Afenifere, and other political leaders in Ondo State, Bashorun Sende Arogbofa. I greet you specially, and all other Afenifere leaders. The DG Dawn Commission, Dr. Ileye, using as a point of contact to the convener, and all of you that put this together. I pay my regards to all of you. All our party faithfuls, our leaders, captain of industries, those from academia, we greet all of you. Thank you for being here today to be part of this engagement. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá ọlọ́jà mo kí yín o. All our youth and students, great Nigerian youth, great Southwest youth, greatest of the greatest. I know you are here because the youth are very, very important. All security service chiefs that are here with us, the police, the civil defense, Amotekun, thank you for the good job you are doing. We recognize your presence and your work. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am so warmly delighted to welcome our distinguished leaders across the Southwest states and all the delegation of the federal government to this important gathering, which reinforces the collective unity of the leaders of our region in charting a common cause for strengthening our democracy and an opportunity for self-reflection with a view to presenting a common cause for the growth and development of Southwest. Permit me to quickly express the profound appreciation of the government and good people of Ondo State to the organizers of this dialogue for the honor of choosing our dear state as the host. A gesture that underscores our state's reputation as a hub for regional and national progressive engagement. This is done because we are recognized to be the proud home of Egbe Omo Oduduwa when it started, the first and most impactful socio-political group in our country's journey, founded in Owo by visionaries like Chief Jeremiah Oyeni Obafemi Awolowo, SAN GCFR, Chief Michael Adekunle Ajasin, Pa Ruben Fasuranti, and among others. Their vision and tenacity laid the foundation of a modern Nigeria, championing democracy and social justice. As we gather here today, we honor their legacy and reaffirm our commitment to these ideals. This, no doubt, is a historic gathering. It is an affirmation of the existing synergy and collaboration between different institutions, because all of us that are gathered here will represent one sector of the society or the other. The state government represented traditional institutions and critical stakeholders of the society. A collaboration between the present federal government under the able leadership of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the subnationals, of which the Southwest state happens to be a major component. Kabiyesi's, His Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our democracy is still nascent compared to other advanced democracies in the world. It is, however, gladdening to aver without equivocation that we are making appreciable progress, making ours one of the strongest in Africa. Yet, we must acknowledge that strength without renewal fades. Democracy thrives when leaders and citizens meet and dialogue for constructive engagement. The regional summit is therefore coming at a most auspicious time with a clear theme: strengthening democracy through dialogue, assessing progress we have made so far, and charting the future. These resonate deeply with the core values and ingredients of democracy, which are dialogue, negotiation, consensus building. It calls us to reflection, courage, and vision. We must interrogate ourselves by asking some questions. How far we have come as a country? Where have we stumbled? What must we do together to build a Nigeria worthy of bequeathing to our children and unborn generations? In spite of the challenges confronting our democracy, I make bold to say with all sense of responsibility that our democracy is very much alive and progressing. Our democratic institutions are being strengthened through regular engagement of the people in the electoral processes, as well as the resilience of the various institutions and organs saddled with election management as a whole. Here in Southwest, we are reputable for the culture of dialogue. It is not strange to us. It is our heritage. From the palaces of Oyo to the councils of Ife, from the town squares of our fathers to the parliament in the Western region, we have always believed in consultation, inclusivity, and accountability. Our people say, "Agbajowo la fin soya." Only by joining hands we can succeed. Nonetheless, let us be clear. Dialogue is not for talk alone. We must walk the talk. Dialogue must birth actions. We must strengthen our institutions to work for our people. We must renew trust. I am glad to state that in line with the Renew Hope policy, trust of Mr. President, the bond between citizens and government are being strengthened. Our people are feeling the sense of belonging and ownership of the government, which is the social contract. And this social contract can only get better. Today, we stand at a threshold of history. Shall we continue with centralization when true federalism demands devolution of powers at the center? We must decide what is best for us, taking cognizance of our diversities. We should be okay, or should we be okay with our present state of development when the prospect is there for us to become a developed economy? Shall we remain divided when unity is our strength? The answer is simple. We must rise. And that is why we are here. We must reform. We must dialogue. We must renew. Your Excellencies, Cabinettes, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and our leaders, hosting this dialogue in Ondo State is not by accident. Like I said, it's the land of power, Adekunle Ajasin, as it were, of power of Obafemi Awolowo. It is the land of our living legend and foremost leader of Afenifere, Reuben Fashoranti, and of men and women who believe that democracy must deliver education for the mind, health for the body, prosperity for the home, and justice for all. That is the tradition we carry forward today. Now, permit me to respectfully acknowledge and celebrate our revered traditional rulers from across the Southwest region, sitting in array, beautifully and royally dressed, who have graciously honored us with their presence at this historic event. Your Majesties remain the custodians of our rich cultural heritage, the conscience and the living symbols of unity and continuity in Yoruba land. Your wisdom, restraint, and fatherly guardians have continued to inspire your peace, stability, and progress across our state. We are proudly grateful for the way you continue to stand as bridge builders between the government and the people, offering counsel that enriches public policy and strengthens our collective identity. We hold you in very high esteem, and we thank you deeply for lending your royal weight to this important regional dialogue. Once again, I would like to extend special welcome to the senior officials of the federal government who have joined us today. Your presence here signifies the commitment of the federal government to dialogue and collaboration with the subnationals. I commend your dedication to the progress our country has made so far, and your willingness to engage in meaningful discussion that will shape the future of our country, and Southwest in particular. We look forward to an incisive, interactive, and illuminating engagement sessions with senior officials of the federal government in the thematic areas. Let me commend my brother governors with the spirit of unity that has brought us here. All the governors of the Southwest states,
former Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Olonishakin, you are most welcome, sir. We appreciate you for joining us. And also, all right. Yes, Honorable Minister, the Honorable Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu. You are most welcome, sir. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for what you are doing for Nigeria, and thank you for what you are doing for Southwest. Our light is getting improved. Thank you so much, and thank you to the Honorable Minister of the Coordinating Minister of the Economy. Over to you, please.
Thank you very much, Sir Mickey. I would like to recognize the Honorable Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu. I recognize you, sir. You're welcome. Let me recognize my royal fathers. I would like to recognize Oba Olusegun Akinyomi, the Amakwetu of Mahin Kingdom, Kabiesio, Oba Rufus Olua Olugboyega Akinrimade, the Orunja of Odigbo, Kabiesi. I recognize you, sir. Oba Barrister Ilesomi, Ikwe Monisa, Mafo, the Maporure of our hairy land, Kabiesio, Oba Yebade, Akikwade Isaac, the Nyagede of Ekpe. Kabiesi, I greet you all. You are welcome. Let me recognize the Odua Youth Coalition here present this morning. All of the members, I greet you. Let me use Mr. Tayo Olui as a point of respect to you all. You are welcome. Thank you very much. Mr. Mickey, please bring it down. Let me recognize our Miss Chief Alexander Olushola Oke, Senior Advocate of Nigeria and APC shifting from the Southern Senatorial District of Ondo State. I recognize you, sir. Dr. Felda Olatunji Adeoye, I recognize you, sir. You are welcome. I would also like to recognize the presence of the Honorable Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Kunle Salako. I recognize you, sir. You are welcome.
We also want to welcome Kabiesi, the Alake of Egbaland, Oba Michael Adedotun Aremu Badebo. Kabiesi, shall we all say Kabiesi? Kabiesi, long may you reign on the throne of your fathers. We appreciate you, Kabiesi, for coming to join this Southwest event. Thank you, Kabiesi. Thank you, Kabiesi. Wọ́n ti ní torí pé ìjókòó tá a jókòó lénìí, ìjókòó káàárọ̀ jíire ni. A máa sọ Yorùbá, kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ náà la máa fi sọ òyìnbó. Ní pàtàkì tábàtà ẹ̀fẹ́ wá sọ òyìnbó, kò ń ṣègbà tí à ń kí àwọn orí adé wa Kábíyèsí, ẹ má bínú. Òyìnbó òun dẹ̀ kú lọ lẹ́nu mi dáadáa, ó dùn mí lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. The NSC Chairman Ondo State, Prince Olakpade Ademola Adeniji, I recognize you. I use you as a point of contact to all other leaders of unions, TUC, civil servants, and all the rest of it, us and the public service of Ondo State. Thank you, the NSC Chairman. Thank you, sir. Let me just go through this. We also want to recognize Yoruba leaders of thought, headed by Prince Tajuddin Olubi. Thank you so much. Afenifere Renewal Group, we appreciate you. Abeokuta Descendant Union, thank you so much. Egbe Maje Obaje Community Development Initiative, led by High Chief Akintayo Akindeko, thank you so much. The Afenifere State Chair in Ogun State, Dr. Niyo Choba. And also Agbakin Mayegun of Ibadan Land, Chief Demola Folarin. Thank you so much. Ekabo Sikpinle Ondo. Níbi tí ìtànṣán oòrùn tó ti ràn kedere lójoojúmọ́. Speaker of Ondo State Youth Parliament, Right Honorable Ayo Shedrack Turuwalashe. Mr. Speaker, Ondo State Youth Parliament, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mickey. I would like to recognize in our midst this morning. Thank you, Sir Mickey. Let me recognize the presence of His Royal Majesty, Oba O.F. Akimoye, Ebekweraju the Fourth, the Orungberuwa of Erinje Kingdom. Kabiyesi, I greet you, sir. I would like to also recognize His Royal Majesty, Oba Dr. Omoniyi Olufunmilayo JP, the Akapisha of Ikpinsha. His Royal Majesty, Oba Dr. Yisa Olanipekun Zaki of Arigidi Akoko, Kabiyesi, Oba Adetono Victor, the Owa of Okpagi Akoko, Oba Abiodun Aderemi Adefeyinti, the Alara of Ilara Mokin, Kabiyesi, Oba M.O. Adetoye, Obatuga, the Jagun of Idepe Okitipupa, Kabiyesi, Oba Mofolorunsho Adegboyega Arasoyin, the Ajana of Afa Okeagbe, Kabiyesi, I recognize you. Oba Shedrack Gbadebo, the Rebuja of Oso Roland, Kabiyesi, I greet you.
A fẹ́ fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ kí igbákejì gómìnà ti Ọ̀ṣun, Prince Kola Adewusi. Your Excellency, you're welcome to the Sunshine State, sir. And also akọ̀wé àgbà fún ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì, àwọn ló ń ṣojú gómìnà, Professor Adubiaro. Man, you're welcome, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Atunki Ogawa Babawa, former Speaker of Osun State, former Speaker of Oyo State, rather, Right Honorable Ashmiru Alarakwe Ekabosa, and also former Speaker of Ogun State, Abenogan Funle Igbimo. Ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ogun, Right Honorable Suraju Adekunbi, ẹ káàbọ̀ sir. We also want to welcome Otumba Okweyemi Agbaje Chairman Pencom. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Very soon we are going to start this program, and when the program is, when it is time, we are going to break the theme of this program into various sessions to allow our leaders at the federal level to speak to strengthening democracy through dialogue, assessing progress, and charting the future. Various sessions today and tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Bode. Let me recognize the presence of Prince Nero Adeyoju, SDM, the President Providence Coalition, a political and social-political group in Oyo State and Southwest, and the President SDM Group of Companies and Hotel. I recognize you and I welcome you to the Sunshine State.
Despite the fact that this program is not a political gathering, we expect, maybe by the time we do this, we expect other political parties to bring their own. Earlier on, we recognized the state chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Ondo State, Engineer Adiade Timain. We have members of the State Working Committee of APC, the Deputy State Chairman, Honorable Gabra Titi. You're welcome, sir. Honorable Festus Aregbe Sholas, the Senatorial Chair for Central, and also Honorable Alex Kalejaye, State Publicity Secretary. He's also a member of the Working Committee of the APC. Honorable Siri Aye is the auditor, while Chief Olu Akimbo is the Financial Secretary. Honorable Roslyn Okafor is the Secretary, while Honorable Stella Lijoka is the Woman Leader and is special leader in the APC Working Committee in Ondo State is Comrade Abiodun. We also want to welcome the chair of APC in Ekiti State. The chairman of APC in Ekiti State is Shola Election Esquire. Thank you so much, sir. And also we have Chief Alaba Begide. He's also from Ekiti State. Members of the APC in Ekiti State Working Committee. We appreciate you. It is Southwest program. If other political parties are here, you can bring your list. We'll recognize you, but make sure you are here and you been invited.
I'd like to recognize and admit especially this day His Imperial Majesty Ikuba Bayeye, the Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, Ọba Bimbola Akeem Owoade the First. Kábíyèsí o. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún ṣe àfihàn kábíyèsí Ọba Shakiru Oyewole, the Onífìdítì of Fìdítì. Kábíyèsí, mo kí yín káàbọ̀ sí àárín wa. I would like to recognize the presence of Alhaji Ebite, the Deputy President, Muslim Ummah of Southwest. Alhaji, I recognize you, sir. You are welcome.
One of the we also welcome this dear sister and daughter of the Southwest, the Secretary Southwest Governors Forum, Ms. Naomi Olabode. You're welcome, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I would like to recognize in our midst this day Professor Habibat Omolara Adubiaro, the Secretary to the Government of Ekiti State, who is representing the Governor of Ekiti State here this day, His Excellency Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji Bao. Recognize you, ma. You are welcome. Let me recognize Chief Alaba Bejide, the Chairman, Ekiti State Government Local Government Service Commission, Barrister Shola Eleshin, APC Chairman, Ekiti State, High Chief Jide Awe, SA Political, Ekiti State Government, Honorable Bayo Idowu, Right Honorable Taiwo Olatunbosun, SA on Information. I greet you all from the Ekiti State, the land of knowledge. We greet you all. Ms. Naomi Olabode, Secretary, Southwest Governors Forum. We greet you all. You are welcome. I would like to recognize the presence of Assistant Comptroller General of Customs, O.P. Olaniyan, who is representing the Comptroller General of Customs. I greet you. You are welcome. Let me recognize Mr. Bolaji Adebiyi, Special Advisor to the Minister of Budget and Planning, Mr. Bolaji Tunji, Special Advisor, Strategic Communication to the Honorable Minister of Power. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣe àfihàn Ṣọ̀ún ti ilẹ̀ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, Ọba Gandhi Afọlábí Ọládùnní Ọláoyè Òrùmọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ the third, Kábíyèsí o, ẹ káàbọ̀ sà. I would also like to recognize the presence of Honorable Ifedayo Abegunde, the Executive Director, Corporate Services, NDDC, and the Ashiwaju of Akure Kingdom. Kábíyèsí, I greet you, sir. We have with us this day the retired Archbishop of the Methodist Church of Nigeria, Archbishop Prince Ayo Ladigbolu, a member of the Yoruba Council of Elders. Baba Mokiyin, sir.
Ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ́bi ẹ̀ wá pẹ́, ọmọ Odùduwà ní gbogbo wa. àgbáyé Èdùmàrè kóró wá rólẹ̀ gbáyé o. Gbogbo ọba ládéládé.
Ó gbé sókè lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Gbé sókè lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí.
Ló fi yé wa pé ọmọ Odùduwà ní gbogbo wa. Gbogbo ọba ládéládé gbogbo yín la kí. Ìtàn ṣòdálẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá.
Ló fi yé wa pé ọmọ Odùduwà ní gbogbo wa. Àwa lọmọ Odùduwà. Àwa lọmọ Odùduwà láyé. Èdùmàrè kó wò wá wò láyé o. O ṣeun, o ṣeun, o ṣeun. Òdodo ọ̀rọ̀ òun ló fi lélẹ̀ yìí. Mo sì mọ̀ wípé ó níbi tó dé láàrin wa. We have no apologies for that. We say it boldly. We say it proudly. We are sons and daughters of Odudua. And we pray that Almighty God will continue to guide, prosper, protect, and of course, make this region the icon of all regions. It's with that we'd like to welcome you to this gathering. Moki gbogbo wa káàbọ̀. Ìpàdé pàtàkì àpérò tó múnádóko la ṣe lónìí. A ti ń kí gbogbo lóko látàárọ̀. A ti ń kí àwọn bàbá wa lọ́balọ́ba. A dúpẹ́ pé àwa dá ọjọ́ pé a dúpẹ́ pé adágbà ìgbákò. Lónìí yóò ju wa ṣe o. When a family decides to gather like this, to speak the truth to each other, it is not a trial. It is not an inquiry or inquest. It is an attempt to forge the way forward, know how far we have gone, and of course know which direction we want to face. That's why we have this dialogue here today of the Southwest with the theme Strengthening Democracy Through Dialogue, Assessing Progress, Charting the Future. For all patriotic sons and daughters of Odudua that are here, can we give ourselves a big round of applause? Let's clap for ourselves. Let's clap for ourselves as we welcome the governor of Ondo State, His Excellency Governor Lucky Oribisa Ayedatiwa. He deserves a big round of applause. He deserves a big round of applause. Let's encourage him.
Also with him is the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Both governors are taking their space.
Senate Engineer Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, Prince Dapò Abiodun of Ogun State, Senator Ademola Nude Jackson of Osun State, and Mr. Biodun Oyebanji of Ekiti State. Your invaluable partnership as co-hosts of this summit demonstrates our collective commitment to the progress and unity of our people in southwestern Nigeria and beyond. As Aristotle wisely said, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. We are here together as a whole. Today, we embody this principle as we unite to discuss the past, present, and future of our region. Our diverse thoughts and experiences will enrich our dialogue and strengthen our resolve to act together for the greater good of our region. The federal government, by engaging with us through the representative of the federal government that are here, shows that democracy matures when the center listens to the regions. I must also commend the efforts of the Dawn Commission, Development Agenda for Western Nigeria, and Afenifere Group in facilitating this dialogue, which reminds us that scholarship and policy are the backbone of true progress. So let us talk, but more than that, let us act. Just as Nelson Mandela put it, it always seems impossible until it is done, and now we are doing it. Let us chart a future where the Southwest remains a beacon of progress, where Nigeria fulfills her promise to all her citizens. We must explore our diversity as a reservoir of our strength, as a people united by ancestral identity, and I join us to embrace the spirit of dialogue and collaboration among ourselves and also with the federal government in order for our people to derive the maximum benefit of democratic governance. This two-day dialogue is a vital opportunity for us to assess the progress and chart a way for our future. But even as we do this, we must remember our president, what he stands for, because he's our own son from Southwest region of Nigeria. Mr. President, laudable and bold reforms that he has embarked upon since assumption of office, which aim at a robust and sustainable economy towards guaranteeing the long-term growth, development, and prosperity of our country, have started yielding the desired dividends as the economy has been substantially stabilized, with the non-oil sector now contributing significant revenue to the Federation's account as against the situation hitherto. We the subnationals are happy as we now have improved allocation to embark upon various developmental projects for the good of our people. These moves have helped to restore macroeconomic stability, improve government revenue through an expanded tax to GDP ratio, raise Nigeria's external reserves, and enable better fiscal discipline and investors' confidence. The federal government has been actively working on various projects across the nation. And for us in Ondo State, we have a lot of them that we can talk about. If you permit me to just mention just few. Here in Ondo State, notably, Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project RAM. This is a program that is helping us to access funds, contribution from the state and the World Bank, facilitated by the federal government, so that we can construct rural roads to the market settlement so that product from the farm settlement can easily come to the urban center. Some communities were without electricity even for the past 15 years. My own local government was one of them. Today, by the completion of the NDDC transmission line under this administration, it has been commissioned and electricity has been provided for those communities. About 4 local governments. The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, joining 2 geopolitical zones together, the southwest and south-south, from Lagos down to Calabar. For us in Ondo State, 71 kilometers is passing through our land, the alignment for Ondo State. The Federal Executive Council approval of the deep sea port in Ondo State is also there. And you know the benefit that will bring to us here in Ondo State. The proposed Federal Housing Authority, 1,000 housing units for us here in Ondo State. The Akure-Ado-Ekiti dual carriageway is ongoing. Or Ondo-Akure dualization. Ilesha down to Akure or down to Benin dualization. Just last week, the Federal University Teaching Hospital for FUTA, in collaboration with us in Ondo State, was kickstarted. The aviation college that was previously sitting in Kaduna has been decentralized, and Akure is hosting the one for Southwest region. These are many other that Ondo State has benefited from this very government. So this dialogue will undoubtedly, this very one, address or should address the critical interest of the Southwest region, which I must respectfully state are currently tied to the continuity of President Tinubu's presidency beyond 2027. For me and my people, this is the critical interest of Ondo State. In fact, we have declared here in Ondo State, Ondo for Tinubu 2027. That is our position, the government position here in Ondo State. It is an executive order that cannot be reversed. And all and sundry here in Ondo State must work to actualize that. And I believe that should be the interest of our region here in Southwest. So this interest, therefore, must be fiercely pursued to its logical conclusion and ultimate fruition. Once again, I welcome you all to Ondo State, the land of honor, hard work and hospitality, the land of the progressives. May our deliberations today strengthen democracy, deepen our unity, and secure our future. Ẹ káàbọ̀, ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. I thank you all. God bless you for listening. God bless Ondo State. God bless Southwest. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
That was the governor of Ondo State, who is also the chief host of this dialogue among the Southwest citizens and government, talking about strengthen democracy through dialogue, assessing progress, charting the future. Right now, I have my colleague with me who will be giving us some highlights on other things to expect in this summit.
Hi, I'm Toluwanimi. Okay. Over the next 2 days, participants will explore 6 thematic areas: fiscal reform and national planning, economic reform and job creation, social services and social development, infrastructure and transportation, human capital development, as well as security and governance.
Well, we are expecting the next speaker now to come up, who is the governor of Lagos State and also the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, who will be addressing the people. And this summit, like we told you at the beginning, is put together by the Yoruba Palm Yoruba political group, Afenifere, in conjunction with the Dawn Commission, which is formerly known as the Development Agenda for Western Nigeria Commission, and the commission was established in July 2013 by the government of the Southwest Nigeria, 6 states, that is Ekiti, Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, and Oyo State. And the primary goal of the commission is to drive regional integration and development, focusing on key areas like good governance, economic competitiveness, and security.
That's a critical question. Shall we remain divided when unity? Shall we remain united when unity is our strength? Mo rò lérò wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tó nípọn nìyẹn fún Yorùbá nation.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká wá dé ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó níbi tí àrà oríṣiríṣi tó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o.
When he came in, I saw a man who is so much in a hurry to achieve heights and leave great legacy. I said the two of them, there are a lot of similarities amongst the two of them. But I'll tell you, Lagos State is extra lucky. I don't want to reel out what wonders this man is performing there. But thank you for making us proud.
And yes, Yemi, I'd like to say that Lagos is the most distinguished state in southwest Nigeria. You know why? Because it's only in Lagos that you have a train network. Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún wa. Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún wa. Èkó bàjẹ́ tì.
FT. No, but on a very serious note, I love the healthy rivalry amongst our states.
Yes,
the
indeed.
network. Everyone is moving forward to do something. Permit me at this point in time to invite the promise keeper, Governor Baba Jide Sanwo-Olu.
The chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum.
He deserves a bigger round of applause. Let's give it to him. Let's give it to him. Ageless, tireless, ever focused. Thank you so much. You're welcome, sir.
Your Excellency.
Thank you.
There is a media here. You need to be cautious. We are going live. Media capture.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We can see the diversity and uniqueness of the Yoruba nation here, and what makes us a distinct set of people. First, let me also thank God Almighty, the giver of life, the one that was, that is, that will always be, who had assured and ordained that today will be a blessed day for all of us. And so we thank God for bringing each and every one of us from different parts of the country to Ondo State, the Sunshine State, a state that has the bold yellow colors written everywhere, a state that the man is not only lucky, he is also has names that transcend even his government. Ayedatiwa, Orimison. He speaks a whole lot, and thank you. Thank you. Ayetudatiwa. Eshe 3-1. Please let's give. Thank you very much. Let's give our host governor, my brother, my friend, His Excellency Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, a big round of applause for taking the lead. I want to so I want to respectfully adopt very, very warmly the protocol that he has very eloquently and very uniquely laid before this august sitting here today, for the want of time, and for us to have the full benefit of all the array of distinguished Yoruba sons and daughters that are here, so that everybody has an opportunity to speak and to be heard. So, Your Excellency, let me adopt your very well established protocol and let me rest, on them. I stand here and I want to begin by extending a profound appreciation to our development agenda of Western Nigeria, the Dawn Commission, our hosts, and the state of Ondo State, our co-hosts, for the partner who had worked tirelessly at making this event a reality. I'm aware that they've had to postpone and adjust this program on 2 or 3 occasions, and I'm grateful that we can finally come here today. And so today's convergence of leaders, of sons and daughters of Nigeria, both of the Southwest, a gathering of policymakers, of citizens, reminds us that democracy thrives when dialogue is sincere, when dialogue is inclusive, and when dialogue is visionary. Àrẹ̀jẹ̀má sọ nílẹ̀ káàárọ̀ oòjíire, àjọṣepọ̀ ní mú agbára wá, meaning togetherness begets strength. And it is that togetherness that is one of the beacon and the strength of the Southwest. And so we are gathered here not merely to reflect on our journey, but to reimagine our destiny. The Southwest had once again set the pace for Nigeria, set the pace for development, and becomes the standard for everyone to emulate. Remember too well our history, our founding fathers, our leaders that have gone to great beyond. The late sage Obafemi Awolowo, the late Bola Ige, several of them, who contributed in no small measure to what we see today, what we know today at the southwest part of our country. We owe it to them. We owe it to their vision. We owe it to their intellect and to their sense of commitment. Yes, they are not with us today, but we'll continue to remember them. We'll continue to reference and acknowledge their dedication, their stewardship, and their sense of unity that birthed this region. The Southwest, which is still the economic powerhouse of our country. And so today, our nation still stands on that threshold, a threshold of a new dawn, one that was defined by courage and by far-reaching reforms. Today, we're lucky that under the transformative leadership of our President, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, Nigeria is being reshaped into a land of renewed confidence, into a land of real new investment, into a land of prosperity. Very typical of what we know as the story and the history of the Southwest. This result speaks for themselves. We see within the last 2.5 years a more stable country with stable currency. We've seen unified foreign exchange policy. We're seeing growth in our export markets. We're seeing resurgence in our revenue opportunity. We're seeing renewed investment opportunity and optimism. There are no abstract numbers. These are real visible imprints under the renewed vision, which we believe is a testament of what resolute leadership can achieve. And so today, my brother, my colleague had explained it in detail. But this dialogue here for the Southwest, which says we want to strengthen our democracy through a dialogue that is going to assess the process. We're charting a future for our country, a future for our region, a future for all of our states in the southwestern part of our country. And so we're doing that, reminding ourselves of how we started, where we came from, how we have used the big export of cocoa to galvanize the educational system of this country, how we have used the palm fruit and the palm kernel of the Southwest to be the engine of growth of this country, how we have used the cradle of education and the industrial setup of the Southwest to birth the resurgence and emergence of this country. And so those history are not lost on us. And that's why we're here today again. And has been said by one of America's famous leaders, John F. Kennedy, leadership and learning are inseparable with one another. We're here with the leadership at the highest level, but we're relearning and learning amongst ourselves here in the Southwest. We've seen a Tinubu leadership that continues to teach us that boldness and consistency are twin engines of national renewal. We've seen it again, that the Southwest is at the beacon of a reemerging and a new growth for our country. And I believe that is the essence and that is the purpose of our dialogue here today. And so I stand here not only as a humble leader among the Southwest governor, but also as the governor of the largest population in our country, the economic commercial nerve center of our country, the state of aquatic splendor, a state that houses almost every tribe, religion, race of our country, but more importantly, a Yoruba United States that continues to reimage and to set the pace for our country. We have been a beneficiary of this government. We have seen a Lagos that has been well positioned to benefit from the emergence of what we're seeing at the national level. We're seeing a Lagos that is becoming the export powerhouse of our country. We're seeing a Lagos that is home to the 3 biggest seaports in the country. We're seeing a Lagos where revenues are being collected and are being generated at all levels. A Lagos that is benefiting truly from the foresight of a president who were humble that he once governed that state about a quarter of a century ago. And now again, the country is benefiting from his remarkable foresight. We're seeing a Lagos that is enjoying public-private partnership on a new green line that is coming up, on the rehabilitation of international airport that is coming up, on the Lekki International Airport that is coming up, on increased federal allocation, on stable foreign currency markets, on a more predictable NGX stock market. We're seeing a Lagos that is also more allude to value-added taxes that is also not peculiar to Lagos but to all the subnationals. And like all of the things that the Minister of the Economy, Minister of Finance, and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy have also said, we're beginning to see stability, we're beginning to see growth, we're beginning to see commerce coming together at most difficult time in our country, and that is happening at the center. And so where is Southwest in all of this? How can we re-emerge, re-envision, and recharge our states, our region, to take the full advantage of what is happening at the center? And so we see the establishment of a Southwest Development Commission by Mr. President with the backing of the National Assembly as one of the steps that will further affirm our collective destiny. We believe that this commission will provide an institutional platform for us as a region to plan, to integrate, and to deliver the kind of regional transformation that used to define the old Western region under the leadership of late Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Let us all now rally around this commission, not just in rhetorics, but in action. As the great sage once reminded us, it is not in life that matters, but it is the courage we bring forth to it. Now I believe is the time for us to summon the courage once again. This region that was the beacon, that was the shining light of our country, to reclaim our heritage of innovation, our heritage of education, our heritage of good governance. It is a time for us as a region to take the stand of place and to come united now than ever before and say strong with our traditional rulers, the beacon of our traditional culture, standing toe to toe with us, with all of our leaders in commerce and industry, joining the political leadership, joining the market women and men, joining our youth, looking at the faces of our leaders. There is no better time but now for us to chart that forward ever for the Southwest region. And so what is our next step of action? Thank you. Eshegoni. Thank you very much. And so what is our path forward? The next step is clear for all of us. We're a people that is yearning for peace. We're a people that understand prosperity. We're a people that progress is not just intangible, it's tangible in our DNA. We're strong in battle. We're courageous. We're accommodating. But we're also transformative. And that's why the reform we're seeing at the center gives us an open door, a long shut door from us, that we now must take up the opportunity and walk through this open door. We must deepen our collaboration. We must create access amongst ourselves in all sectors. And we must be able to engage within our communities. Diversity has always been our strength. Let's bring it forward. Harmony has always been our strong advantage. Let's show it again. Let us deploy those assets towards a shared regional agenda that will deliver inclusive growth, inclusive citizens' engagement, collaborative, constructive dialogues amongst ourselves. And we're seeing it in this government. We have no better time but now. Today was too far gone. Tomorrow might be too late. Today is the next best day for us. I think it's also Nelson Mandela that says that vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision, we're just merely passing time. But it's only when vision meets action that real change do happens. The Southwest is a people of vision. We're also a people of action. We want the two to merge together so that indeed we can change the world and reshape the future that we see for our region. And it's now. Our leaders are here. Our fathers are here. Our youth population are here. Our women are here. The political leaders are here. We have no other time. The Southwest was once the land of several firsts. The Southwest was the first in education. The Southwest was the first in broadcasting. The Southwest was the first in urban planning. The Southwest was the first in governance. The Southwest was the first in culture and tradition. The question before us here today now is very simple. Can we once again light the path for the rebirth of this great nation? And my answer is yes, we can. The Southwest can, and yes, we will. I say so because the spirit of innovation is in us. the spirit of unity, the unity that is difficult in other parts, is with us. This is what defined who we are. This is what has defined our past. Let us waste no time, because the extraordinary opportunity is on us now. Let us therefore move from Osogbo to Ogbomoso. Let us move from Ijebu-Jesha to Ijebu-Ode. Let our people move from Owo to Owu. Let there be a movement from Ikorodu to Ibarapa. Let our people move from Ikole-Ekiti to Ikirun. Let that movement be a movement of unity. Let it be a movement of shared vision and purpose. Let it be a movement that will unite this region to show that real leadership is what is in our DNA. And so for us in Lagos, as I close, a week ago yesterday, we chose, like my brother, the governor of Ondo State said, we chose from Ekpe to Ikorodu, from Badagry to Ajeromi. We chose from Lagos Island to Lagos mainland that we will not shy away from the opportunity that this central government has given us. It is a time for us as a people to take up this opportunity to unite ourselves now more than ever before, to have a common agenda, a common purpose, a common unity, a shared purpose, and a shared prosperity. That the leadership at the center is a leadership we love, is a leadership that will not only transform our region, but takes this country to an enviable light. And so this conversation here today, whilst is local, is also national. Whilst is for us, is also for the country. Whilst we want to benefit from it, the country will also benefit from it. And so that's why we must live here and create an history from Akure sitting on the 29th and 30th, and live here with one single mind purpose, that the center will continue. We will support the center. We will attribute everything that we need, the energy in us, to ensure that all of our lost time, all of our past time, it's time for us to take it back twice as fast, twice as more, twice as better. God bless Nigeria. God bless the southwest region of Nigeria. God bless the people of this region. God bless Lagos State. Thank you very much.
That was the governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who is also the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, highlighting the importance of the Southwest region to the development of Nigeria. You know, in 1967, the Western region was subdivided into Lagos and Western State, with Ibadan remaining the capital of Western State. Later in 1976, the Western State was further subdivided into Ogun, Ondo, and Oyo State. And the Western region played a significant role in Nigeria's pre- and post-independence history, with leaders like Chief Afenifere contributing to its development. The region's economy was driven by agriculture, particularly cocoa production, which generated significant revenue and financed social and infrastructural projects. The Western region's legacy continues to influence Southwest Nigeria's politics, development strategies, and cultural
Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́.
identity. Today, the region
Thank you
is
very much,
consisting
Governor
of
Sanwo-Olu.
6 states:
Great
Lagos,
job.
Oyo,
As usual,
Osun,
we appreciate
Ogun,
you. So we move on
Ekiti,
quickly.
and
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
Ondo State.
kókó ìfọ̀rọ̀wérọ̀ wa lónìí ní láti rí wípé ìjọba alágbádá ó sàn wá síre ó sàn wá sí ó fún wa ní ìbùkún lóríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà nílẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire àti pé káwọn èèyàn kan lè ní àǹfààní tó tọ́ àti tó yẹ ní gbogbo ọ̀nà nítorí náà ni a ṣe ń ṣe àpérò yìí.
Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà Sanwó-Olú, Babájídé Sanwó-Olú, àṣìyàn nípínlẹ̀ Èkó, ó dẹ̀ hàn ní gedegbe. Ó yá, yá tẹ̀síwájú.
Ẹni tí a rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí alákòóso ẹgbẹ́ Afenifere, bàbá wa, our esteemed leader, wọn ò sí níbí ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n rán aṣojú wá, aṣojú tó péye, aṣojú tó lámìláka, wọ́n rán wọn wá ipe kí wọ́n wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lénìí. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my singular honor to welcome Chief Ruben Fashoranti. Fashoranti is representative. Ifashoranti.
Hello.
Ifashoranti. His representative, the leader of Afenifere, in the person of Senator Dr. Femi Okurounmu. Ẹ bá a pàtẹ́wọ́ fún bàbá wa o.
Bí bàbá ṣe ń bọ̀, a fi tó wa létí pé bí a ṣe ń gbóríyìn fún Afẹ́nifẹ́re, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà la máa gbóríyìn fún Dawn Commission tí wọ́n jẹ́ kí ó ṣeé ṣe ìpàdé wa lónìí. A dúpẹ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Dawn Commission, thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, the executive governors of our beloved Western states, all the royal fathers present, honorable ministers and leaders of our great nation, eminent sons and daughters of Oduduwa. I am Senator Dr. Femi Okurounmu, a former Secretary General of Afenifere and one of its leaders. It is my pleasure to deliver on his behalf the address of Chief Ruben Famuyide Fashoranti, CFR, leader of Afenifere worldwide and the Asiwaju of Yoruba. The title of the address is "The Time to Renew Commitment to Pan-Yoruba Solidarity." The time to renew commitment to Pan-Yoruba Solidarity. And it reads thus: I greet you in the spirit of our progenitor, Oduduwa, in the wisdom of our sage, Chief Bobafemi Awolowo, and in the hope of generations yet to come. Today, at 99 plus years of age, I stand before you not in body, but in spirit, carried by the voice of my beloved brother, Senator Dr. Femi Okurounmu, My physical frame may be weakened by the weight of nearly a century, but my commitment to our people burns as fiercely as it did when I was a young man, dreaming of a united, prosperous, and progressive Yoruba nation and our dear country, Nigeria. I have lived through the colonial era, witnessed Nigeria's independence, survived a civil war, endured military dictatorships, and celebrated democracy's return. Through it all, one truth has remained constant. The Yoruba nation is only as strong as its unity. The same is true of Nigeria. For over 7 decades, I have dedicated my life to the cause of progressive and welfarist political ideologies, not as a politician seeking office, not as a merchant seeking profit, but as a servant committed to the welfare and advancement of our people. I have seen our greatest triumphs and our deepest disappointments. I have celebrated our unity and regretted our divisions. Our ancestors understood something profound, captured in the wisdom they passed down to us. Àgbájọ ọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà, àjèjì ọwọ́ kan kò gbẹ́rù dórí. This is not merely an adage. It is a blueprint for our survival and prosperity. Look around this hall today. We have assembled governors from 6 states, traditional rulers whose crowns carry the weight of history, ministers wielding federal power, legislators crafting our laws, entrepreneurs building our economy, farmers feeding our people, and youth carrying our future. This gathering itself is proof that when we come together, we are formidable. But I must speak plainly as an elder who has earned the right to speak the truth. Party politics must never again divide or weaken Yoruba solidarity. I have watched with deep concern as the cancer of partisan politics has eaten into the fabric of our unity. I have seen brothers refuse to greet each other because one wears the badge of one party and another serves under a different banner. I have witnessed development projects stalled, not because they lack merit, but because they were initiated by the rival political party. I have observed leaders who should be collaborating for the good of our people logged in needless combat over party supremacy. This must end today, here and now. Development has no party. Progress knows no partisan affiliation. The welfare of our people is not a matter for political point scoring. The welfare of our people must be and remains the fulcrum and central theme of our political calculations. Let me remind you of something we seem to have forgotten in recent times. Our political DNA is welfarist. Progressivism is not a borrowed ideology. It is our inheritance. Long before these modern political parties were formed, long before the labels of APC, PDP, LP, or any other acronym, there was a Yoruba political philosophy built on a simple but profound principle. Government exists to serve the welfare of the people, of our people's interests, and guardians of the vision bequeathed to us by Chief Obafemi Awolowo. We have not yet achieved this vision, but gathering like this summit gave me hope that we are finally learning the lessons that decades of division have taught us. To all our governors, your people elected you to improve their lives. Collaborate for regional development, even if you have to do that across party lines. When Osun innovates successfully, let Oyo adopt and adapt. When Lagos leads, let others follow. When Ondo discovers a solution, let it become Southwest solution. To our ministers from the Southwest, you sit at the table where national decisions are made. Never forget that you are there, not just as party members or cabinet officials, but as representatives of a people with a proud history and high expectations. Advocate fiercely for
That was the speech of the leader of the Pan-Yoruba socio-political group Afenifere, Paruben Fashionati, delivered by Senator Kurumbi on the development agenda of the southwestern Nigeria. The southwest region has its roots in the old western region of Nigeria, which was established in 1939 under the British rule as a subdivision of southern Nigeria colony. After Nigeria gained independence in 1960, it became one of the country's free regions alongside the Eastern region and the Northern region. The region was primarily inhabited by Yoruba people, with Ibadan as its capital. In 1963, two provinces, Benin and Delta, were split from the region to form the Western region. And the modern Western region now is coming together once again under the Dawn Commission, where the Commission's creation was inspired by the need for a collective approach to address shared challenges and leverage the region's strengths. It had its headquarters at the historic Cocoa House in Ibadan, Oyo State. Since its inception, the Dawn Commission has worked to foster cooperation among Southwest states, promoting sustainable development and improving the quality of life for the people. Its initiatives have gathered recognition, including a notable collaboration with the UK's Developing Countries Trading Scheme, DCTS, enhancing trade opportunities for Southwest Nigeria. The Dawn Commission administrative structure comprises the Governing Council, which is chaired by a governor from the Southwest region, providing strategic direction, and it has a Director General and other organs of the Commission, which steer the development in the southwestern state of Nigeria. The Dawn Commission has made significant strides since its inception in 2013, among which are establishment of Amotekun Security Network. The Commission midwifed the creation of Amotekun, a regional security initiative that has been instrumental in addressing security challenges in the southwest Nigeria.
Through dialogue, assessing progress, charting the future. As the 46th Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, Ikú Bàbá Yèyé, I'm proud to represent the rich cultural heritage of our great Southwest region. Our history is replete with examples of democratic governance, where leaders were chosen based on their merit and consensus. Today, we must draw inspiration from this tradition as we navigate the complexities of modern democracy. Dialogue is the cornerstone of democracy. It is through open and inclusive conversation that we can address the pressing issues affecting our communities. I commend the organizers of these summits for bringing together stakeholders from various sectors to share ideas and best practices. As we assess our progress, we must acknowledge the strides made in promoting democratic values and institutions. However, we must also confront the challenges that threaten our democratic journey. These include corruption, electoral malpractices, and the erosion of trust in public institutions. To chart a better, brighter future, we must prioritize citizen engagement and participation. We must create platforms for citizens to contribute to policy making process and hold leaders accountable. We must also strengthen institutions, ensuring they are independent, transparent, and responsive to the need of our people. As traditional leaders, we have a critical role to play in promoting the peace, the unity, and dialogue. Let us continue to engage, collaborate, and innovate, ensuring that our democracy serves the interests of our citizens. Together, we can build a brighter future for our region and our nation. But this time around, I greet everyone here present that are converging to making sure that Nigeria is being pushed to a different level. I'm very proud to be here. So also my other traditional rulers and everyone here, I would say. I wish this event a successful end, and I really hope and I believe that by the time we finish this program, we will all have our takeaway and we'll be able to put it to practice. So mo kí gbogbo wa o ní ìkọ̀kan pé àkú iṣẹ́ o ìtàdé wa ṣe lénìí lọ́jọ́ ìní náà àwọn elédùà ó bá wa ṣe o àní ṣàṣetì o ẹ ṣeun gidi gan. I'm proud to be here. Thank you very much.
ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́ ẹ bá mi panupọ̀ ṣe kábíyèsí o láti ààfin Ọ̀yọ́ mo ta kọ́ṣọ́ mo bọ́ sí ìlú Ọ̀wọ̀. His Imperial Majesty Ọba Dr. Ajibade Gbadegesin Ogunoye the third, the Ọlọ́wọ̀ of Ọ̀wọ̀. Mo fẹ́ rọ àwọn bàbá wa ẹnu mi ò gbà ọ bàbá ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọmọ yín náà wà lẹ́yìn wọ́n fẹ́ rojú yín bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wà ń kalẹ̀ yóò lè díẹ̀ láti fún wọn lórí. Ẹ bá mi ṣe kábíyèsí o.
Kábíyèsí o.
Your Excellencies, the governors of Lagos and Ondo State, who are the hosts of this gathering, I greet the federal delegation led by the Honorable Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy. I greet the Afenifere leaders led by Pa Fashoranti, my Kabiyesi's who are here. I greet you all. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy today representing our traditional rulers, particularly those of us who are from Ondo State that have been invited to this dialogue. Let me say that we are very appreciative of the initiative of our governors, particularly with the collaboration of the Down Commission, to make this occasion happen today. Today is so unique that the people of the southern part, southwest Nigeria, are gathered to ensure that we dialogue towards charting the future of our region, of our nationhood, Yoruba, and of the Nigeria. We are happy to be part of this occasion. The essence of it is to let we are here so that those who are representing us politically could showcase what they've been doing towards the benefits of our people in Yoruba land and in Nigeria as a whole. We are happy that our governors have spoken, and they have spoken well. They've told us what they are doing and what the federal government is equally doing in partnership with the states of the southwest Nigeria. We can see that the federal government is really working. Our state governors are really working for the benefits of our people. We thank you profusely for all your efforts. Yes, this gathering is very necessary so that we dialogue. To chart the best way possible to make what you are doing better. And I'm sure when the representative of the President of the Federal Republic comes around to talk to us, then we'll be happy for it. I know, and the traditional rulers across the Yoruba nation are happy that the President is doing well for our nation. He's rebranding the nation in all fronts. Do we talk about the economy? Yes, the Nigerian economy, we are in it together. We know that there's great improvement. There's transparency across board. This is about our exchange rate. The exchange rate is stabilized. That will greatly ensure proper planning for our nation. In Ondo State, as told us by our governor, we are benefiting a lot from the workings of the federal government. The Lagos-Calabar road will be so beneficial to us. Ondo State is blessed with the longest coastline in Nigeria, and that will translate a lot into economic benefits for us. When eventually this seaport comes to play, Nigeria and Ondo State will be so blessed. So, on behalf of our traditional institutions, I make bold to say that we are not just talking that we are supporting Mr. President because it's one of us, but we are saying that we are supporting him for what he's doing positively towards rebranding our nation positively. The Yoruba nation is known for one thing. We are known for criticism. If something is not beneficial to us, we will criticize it, no matter whether the person who is in government is our son or not. So I must say that we have no cause not to criticize Mr. President for what he's doing for the Nigerian nation today. In conclusion, I say, on behalf of our traditional rulers and on behalf of the good people of Yoruba land, that we are in support of the continuation of Mr. President in power come 2027. Thank you very much, and God bless.
With Ekiti, Osun, Oyo, and Edo State, making it a key connection in the region. And the Ondo State also has several natural resources, such as the bitumen deposit, which is a crucial resource to the country's energy and industrial sector. And Ondo State is a major producer of crops like cocoa, palm oil, and timber, contributing to the region's agricultural output. Also, Ondo State has been considered a significant state to the southwest economically because of its industrial potentials, which its natural resources make it an attractive location for industrial development and investment. And Ondo State is also of significance in terms of its tourism potential. The state's natural beauty, including the Idori Hills and beaches, offers opportunity for tourism growth. So the southwestern states have decided to gather here today in Akure, the Ondo State capital, and the state boasts of an airport and also road networks that makes it easily accessible on many fronts.
Your Excellencies, Your Royal Majesties, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to adopt the existing protocols. I'm here today to represent His Excellency Prince Dapo Abiodun, CON, the Governor of Ogun State. His Excellency is unavoidably absent, and he has sent his best wishes to this gathering. Here are His Excellency's remarks. I bring you warm greetings from the government and people of Ogun State. It is indeed an honor to join this distinguished gathering at the Southwest Citizen Government Engagement Forum, a platform designed to strengthen the bridge between our governments and the people whose mandate we hold in trust. This engagement reflects our shared commitment to inclusive governance, regional cooperation, and sustainable development. It is a reaffirmation that democracy thrives when citizens and government work together in mutual respect and accountability. I commend my brother governors from across the Southwest states, the Afenifere under the leadership of Pa Ruben Fashion-Roti, and the Dawn Commission for conceiving and facilitating this Southwest Summit. Special thanks go to His Excellency Honorable Lucky Ayedatiwa for graciously hosting us today. Let me respectfully acknowledge His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, an illustrious son of the Southwest, for his visionary leadership through the Renewed Hope Agenda. His bold reforms across key sectors have restored national confidence and placed our country on a clear trajectory of sustainable growth. His courage in confronting long-standing structural challenges has opened a new chapter for subnational governments like ours to align with its transformational vision. We have seen positive impacts of his policies across a region, from macroeconomic stabilization and improved fuel supply, to the rollout of the National Student Loan Scheme, the creation of the Southwest Development Commission, and the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road Project. In Ogun State, federal government support has translated into real gains. We have benefited from the distribution of grains and fertilizers through NEMA, partnerships with the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy on the Ijebu-Ode and Kajala inland dry ports, rehabilitation of the Shagamu-Bini Expressway, and ongoing infrastructure synergy through the Lagos-Ibadan Standard Gauge and the Lekki-Ijebu-Ode Kajala rail link, to name a few. This summit provides an opportunity to institutionalize regular dialogue between citizens and government. True progress is achieved not by speaking to citizens, but by governments speaking with citizens, listening, learning, and acting together. Such engagement deepens trust, strengthens democracy, and ensures that policies reflect the real needs of our people. As the cradle of progressive politics and intellectual innovation, the Southwest has always led Nigeria's path towards modern governance. From Chief Obafemi Awolowo's visionary legacy to our collective strides in education, technology, and enterprise, our region remains a model of purposeful leadership. Today, we must renew that tradition, leading once again by example in accountability, inclusion, and citizen participation. Let us therefore, Your Excellencies, Your Majesties, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us therefore work together, federal and state governments, citizens and institutions, to build a Southwest that continues to shine as the engine of innovation and prosperity for our nation. Democracy thrives where dialogue flourishes. So let this summit strengthen our resolve to deepen collaboration, confront challenges together, and build a future anchored on unity, progress, and hope. As I conclude, I affirm once again that we in Ogun State have seen and felt the impacts of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's reforms and are committed to the continuity of his administration beyond this first term to further consolidate these gains and accelerate the pace of national renewal. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Prince Dapo Abiodun, CON.
That was the representative of the Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, one of the co-hosts of that event. And today's summit is indeed setting an agenda for the Southwest. And the West Southwest region of Nigeria holds significant political importance to the country. As the heart of Yoruba land, it hosts Lagos, one of the largest
representing the governor of Ogun State,
in
Prince
the world.
Abiodun. Up next is the technical partners for this event.
For industrial and economic
stakeholders dialogue.
The region's political influence is evident in its tendency to join
it's my singular honor
regional
to
coalitions
welcome to the
in
podium
opposition
the DG Don Commission,
to whichever
Dr.
region
Oyele. Can we give him a round of applause,
presidential
please?
incumbency when the incumbent is not from the Southwest.
Standing on all existing protocols, I know time is fast spent and I have to abridge my speech to 1 minute as I bring on the keynote speaker. I want to thank everyone for coming. This partnership, we believe, will be enduring, and we have said to ourselves that please pardon us for all the lapses of the first edition, which is this. And as we go forward, we are soliciting the help of everyone in this region to make this an enduring success. Dialogue between the Southwest and the federal. I want to, as a development person and as Don Commission, we want to specially thank Mr. President for a game-changing project that we believe will change the face of Southwest Nigeria in particular. And if you ask me, what project is that? The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road. I want us to give him a round of applause for that project. You might not know, it is the first trunk A road since independence in southern Nigeria. And you are talking of a road that links 9 states together. The economic impact is going to be transformative. Think of that man that lives in Ondo and in an hour on that road is in Lagos. Or that family in Lagos who wants to go on holiday in Calabar and can then drive for 6 hours and you are in Calabar. There is nothing more game-changing than that. Think of that farmer in Akwa Ibom that will bring out his produce on that road. And in a few hours, he's selling it in Lagos, or he's able to get it to the port at Ekpe or the Ondo District port. Think of that farmer in Edo. So when we're talking of farm produce perishing, think of the impact of that road when it comes to agriculture produce. Once again, sir, Mr. President, I want to personally say thank you for giving us that project. Those who don't see tomorrow might not understand, but you are seeing 50 years ahead when history will write your name in gold for embarking on that project. At this juncture, I want to call on our guest speaker, Mr. Femi Awoyemi, the MD of ProShare. Femi Awoyemi is not just a technocrat, but he is a public speaker. Femi Awoyemi will be speaking economics with a political sense. Femi Awoyemi has served on several boards, and we brought him here today because he is an Omoluabi, an Omo Yoruba, who understands what we are going through at the moment and why we have to go through this to have a country that we can be proud of. Once again, on behalf of the Commission, Mr. Femi Awoyemi, MD ProShare. Thank you very much indeed.
Can we put our hands together for him? But please, before a speech, can I appeal to us to please settle down? Please. It is not time for us to move around and start greeting people. I'm pleading. This is a keynote address, and this is a very serious session that we are having here. Please kindly take your seats. Please. Thank you. Please.
Good afternoon, Your Excellencies. Good afternoon, our guest. Because of lack of time, I'm going to move very fast on this. First is to say
that applause can be louder. It can be louder. I said it earlier. Our strength is in our intellect. You've just listened to one of us. The world has just listened to what we have to offer. But I can assure you they won't see us coming. We will get there. One more time, can we have it for Mr. Olufemi Awoyemi, MNI? Let's clap for him, please.
And up next now is the ministerial session. We've collapsed what we have left on the program, such that we're going to be inviting all the ministers here to come up to the podium, and then they would be presenting their scorecards one after the other. That way we can manage the time.
We are trying to make this as fast as possible, but not losing the essence of the gathering. So first and foremost, may I respectfully invite Mr. Wale Edun, Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy for Nigeria. Please,
a round of applause for him, please. A round of applause for him as he makes his way to the podium. I'm also inviting the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabo, to the podium. Please, let's make them welcome with a round of applause. The ministers will be presenting their scorecards. Minister of Power.
You're most welcome, Honorable Minister. Next, we've got the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola. Is somebody clapping for him?
Here comes the former governor of Osun State, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola. Let's give him a round of applause as he makes his way to the podium. the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy. I'm also inviting to the podium now Minister of State for Health, Dr. Adekunle Salako. Please, let's make him welcome.
Adekunle Salako. Let's clap for him, please.
And next is a special advisor to the President on Energy, Mrs. Olu Vayanji. The special advisor to the President on Energy.
Thank you, Mr. Governor. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you.
There she is, the special advisor to the President on Energy, Mrs. Olu Vayanji.
Now, I am trying to put myself in your shoes. These are your children. These are your representatives. They are here with their scorecard. Bàbá rán ọmọ lọ sílé ìwé tó bá ṣe dáadáa orí ẹni á wú. Pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ náà á wò fínífíní ó kù díẹ̀ ń bí o, ó ṣe dáadáa ń bí o, ó ṣe dáadáa ń bí o, bí ó ṣe rí lénìí nìyẹn. Fún ìdí èyí, ẹ kọ́kọ́ bá mi wó àwọn ọmọ wa yìí látẹ̀wọ́ náà, ẹ bá mi wó wọn látẹ̀wọ́. Àwọn ọmọ tí a fi ń mú yangàn ni. So we are going on quickly. Ìdí owó láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ìdí owó ni a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. May I invite the moderator, Ms. Tomisin Adebukola.
A round of applause for Tomisin Adebukola.
Tomisin. Kí Tomisin tó sọ, mo ń sọ pé ìdí owó láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. The Chinese have a saying, which is "Ichincho Ahuhi," meaning títa ríro là ń kọlà, tó bá jiná tán yóò doge. Àti kọlà ń títa ríro, ó sì ti wá ń di oge bọ̀ báyìí. Ẹ bá mi wó ọlọ́gbẹ̀ni látẹ̀wọ́. Kẹ́ wá bá mi wó President Bola Tinubu. Ẹ bá mi wó ní àtẹ̀wọ́ tó rinlẹ̀. Tomisin, over to you. She will call you. Over to you.
Good evening, everybody. It's been a long day, and I must congratulate all of you for being here with us. The conversation will continue. I am not going to take so much of your time, but we're going to begin with the ministerial briefing by taking the ministers one after the other. Now, right after that, we will take questions from specific groups, and also we will take questions from me as well. I'd like to begin with the nearest minister to me, and that is the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency, Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I apologize for that. We will start with the Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Mr. Olawale Edun. Thank you so much for your patience, sir.
Thank you, and good afternoon. Afenifere, Afenifere, Afenifere. Your Excellency, the co-host governor and the governor of Ondo State, Your Excellency, the chairman, Southwest Governors Forum and Governor of Lagos State, and all Your Excellencies here present, let me quickly, without taking too much time, recognize our traditional rulers, Kábíyèsí, the Aláàfin, and all the other traditional rulers here present. Our esteemed leaders, Baba Awomo Kekeke, Baba Konde, Chief P.O. Akinyelure, and all the esteemed guests here, particularly Dawn and Afenifere leadership. Let me start also by thanking God Almighty that we are all here today. This is a very historic occasion. I am deeply honored to be leading the federal government team to this important dialogue. As we know, under the able leadership of a very illustrious son of the Southwest, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, he has implemented his renewed hope agenda, and essentially, it is a matter of promises made, promises kept. And I'll start with the very first one. As we heard from Senator Okunrumu and others, the number one priority, requirement, and responsibility of leaders in government at all levels, starting from the Chief Executive, His Excellency Mr. President, is safety and security of the people. The number one promise that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has kept is to provide security. It is that security, that improved security, that has allowed increased oil production, that has allowed increased agricultural production, that has moderated food prices. But then, as we know, he also implemented his renewed hope agenda, which saved Nigeria from the fiscal brink. We heard from the MD of ProShare just now that we recovered, we came back from the edge. The country was bankrupt, the country was gone. We all know the measures that were put in place. Market pricing of petroleum products, so there were no more queues, there was no more subsidizing neighbors through smuggling, and instead we were placed in a situation where the benefit of God-given oil resources now flowed to the many instead of to the few who are benefiting before. The same with the foreign exchange market. The reform there meant nobody has to know the governor of central bank before I have access to foreign exchange. Whether you are a cottage industry trying to import bottles for your pomade that you make and sell and even export. So those were the two key measures. But on top of that, there was the commitment to fiscal federalism, transparency, and accountability. The governors here, as well as others, have given witness to the fact that, in fact, the Federation Account Allocation Committee revenues, they have gone up over 100%. That is why they have, and as the keynote speaker said, they have that responsibility to spend that money well, to spend that money wisely. It is because of the President's commitment to making sure that what is due to each level of government is actually given to them through the Federation account exercise. On the social side, the all-important social side, for the students, there's NEL Fund, 510,000 beneficiaries of interest-free loans for school fees, for subsistence. There's credit call for the general public, including civil servants, to be able to afford those things that cost a bit more, whether it's solar systems, whether it is electronic gadgets, household items. They have an easier way of paying. Similarly, we know that across the board, for the young people, the key thing that they need, the key infrastructure, the key equipment that they need now is, what do you need? You need data. You need access to the internet. The 90,000 kilometers of fiber optic network is going to be laid that will empower our young people, not just to be able to be productive domestically, but that they will be able to use that internet to export their services abroad. So we all know the figures. The economy is growing at the fastest rate that we have seen for a decade, over 4% per annum. The exchange rate is stable. The reserves are up. Inflation is coming down. Those are the results of the deliberate actions under the Renewed Hope agenda. Let me round up with this very, very important aspect. The promise of Mr. President was that definitely there will be a spike in inflation as a result of the adjustments, the necessary and overdue adjustments that needed to be made at the, what we call the macro level, at the high level of the economy, of economic management. But his promise was the poor, the vulnerable, the weakest would not be left behind. They would not be left to their own devices. This would not be a question of, well, every man for himself. And so he implemented a direct benefit transfer system. It is ongoing. It is getting more robust. It is improving every day. It is delivering. Shortly, it will have delivered to 10 million households. A household is roughly 5 million people. So there will be 50 million people, and there are about 40 already now that have received 1, 2, and/or 3 direct payments so that they get funds and they decide what their priority is. More importantly, that digital ID, the ability to identify individuals and groups biometrically, uniquely, and to pay them through a bank account, if preferable, but sometimes a mobile wallet, is an important part of a social welfare system. And we have heard that the most important priority of government is the welfare of the people. So that is an ongoing feature of any modern society, that you identify people who are weakest and who need help, and you can reach them in a transparent and accountable way. However, we hear and we know that what has gone on in the Nigerian economy now, investment is growing. In the oil sector, Shell just invested $5 billion. And with Mr. President's economic diplomacy, investors are now seeing Nigeria as a choice destination, as a profitable place to invest, a safe place to invest, a secure place to invest. But in order to drive down the benefits of the reforms and the gains that have been made, in order to drive them down, because the gains, the governors, as we have said, the states and even the local governments are relatively buoyant compared to what they were. I gave you the figures. So the states, together with the federal government and the local governments, under the patronage and the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, just weeks ago at the National Economic Council, they approved what is called the Renewed Hope World-Based Development Program. That program will take resources, money, advice, grants, physical inputs, support to each ward, 8,809 wards, where people who are economically active will be given resources to help them to produce more. So therefore, it will not be just at the high level that you get people investing and producing more. Each economically active person at the world level will be assisted through the Renewed Hope World Development Program to get the resources they need to do what they are doing, to do more of it, to do it better, to produce, even to export across West Africa and beyond. That is the commitment of Mr. President and indeed the entire nation. And I think on that note, I felt that I've dealt with the macro, I have dealt with the grassroots, I have dealt with what there is to come. Mr. President will sustain the current momentum of reforms which are giving Nigeria not just accolades and commendation internationally, but they are bringing home investments. They are bringing home jobs. They are bringing home growth. And they are bringing home reduction of poverty in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for the Honorable Minister. Thank you, sir. Power is one of the most important metrics that citizens use to measure government impact. So I will be moving straight to the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Delabu.
Afenifere, 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 Your Excellencies, Your Royal Highnesses, our leaders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to beg for permission to also stand on already established protocol for sake of time. I'm also very happy to be here to brief our constituents, our region, on the activities and progress made in all the critical sectors under the administration of our God-sent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his Renewed Hope agenda. And happily, I'm the one overseeing the power sector. Power sector is quite unique and critical to our national existence. The uniqueness stems from the fact that there is no major or critical sector in the economy that can perform optimally without a functional power sector. Every sector needs to be energized. The uniqueness also stems from the fact that of all the sectors, of all the ministries, the power sector is open to every household, every business, every institution, be it educational or health institutions, every industry. You can, from the comfort of your homes and offices, assess or evaluate the performance of the power sector. So there is nothing about media hype or giving you false information. When there's improvement, you will know. When we are getting worse, you will also know. Even to the pregnancy that is in the womb, when the heat is too much, he or she will realize that there is something wrong with our power sector. We can start talking about power sector from now till tomorrow, but for the sake of this audience, I will summarize what the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done in just 5 points. Because we've done so much, and the power sector problem is almost as old as our independence. We've had dilapidated infrastructure that have not been serviced for years.
And the sectoral issues historically has been living with us, even since I was a child. So what we did was to tackle the root cause of the problem in the power sector, so that we can actually give it a lasting and enduring and a sustainable solution to our power sector issues, which has affected good lives in our homes, has affected underperformance of our educational and institutions, which has killed small and medium-scale enterprises, which has killed thriving industries in the past, and has led to lots of job losses, has made us to depend on importation of things that we were producing here before. And just like the finance minister and coordinating minister for the economy said, this has had negative impact on our foreign exchange reserve and the strength of our currency. Now, we have to produce what we use, and we must use what we produce. How do we do that? There must be an energized, a functional, a reliable, and affordable power sector. The number one thing that we tackled, like they say in Yoruba land, that do not give me fish, but teach me how to fish. The first problem that we discovered was that the activities of the power sector across all segments in the power sector value chain was over-centralized. For our Baba here, our fathers, our mothers here, you all knew what is called the Electricity Company of Nigeria, ECN. Some of us did not meet it. What we met was National Electric Power Authority, NEPA. Some met Power Holding Company of Nigeria, PHCN. All these three entities were all centralized government agencies. And to provide functional power sector for a country as huge, as vast as Nigeria, with 926 square kilometers of landmass, with over 200 million people, with 36 states and federal capital territory, with 774 local governments, with almost 9,000 wards, we cannot successfully undo power sector problem at the center. So what do we need? We needed decentralization. Everybody must get involved. Number two problem was government alone. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world, in the advanced countries. Government alone cannot single-handedly finance or fund affordable, reliable, and functional electricity. We need the private sector funding. There must be private sector infusion of funds, both local and international or foreign. So those are the two problems: decentralization and liberalization. What President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did was, on the assumption of office in May 2023, the first bill he signed into law was the Electricity Act of 2023. With this Point Finder Act, I believe the president deserves a round of applause. Yes, with this act, we have devolved the activities of the power sector to the sub-national levels, so that the state governments can also handle the issue of electricity in their states. The local government can get involved, and with liberalization, private sector investors can also play in all the segments of the power sector value chain, from gas supply to gas transportation, to power generation, to power transmission, to power distribution, in fact, to the customer last mile connection in terms of metering. So this act has decentralized and it has liberalized the activities in the power sector. And the advantages of this, we have started seeing the impact. The vibrancy in the power sector we have today has never been like this. The awareness we have created, the consciousness we have created, and the state government are now getting involved. So instead of the federal government alone, tackling the issue of power, the federal government, 36 state governors, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, all the chairmen of 774 local governments, they should now be held responsible to achieve stable electricity. That is number one. And it is the pathfinder we are leveraging on this act, and is working very well. Between 2023 and now, we have generated nothing less than $5 billion investment into the power sector, coming from development institutions like the World Bank, the AFD, the JICA, the GIZ, the USAID, and all that, plus the state government resource expenditure in the power sector and other local private sectors. That's number one. Then the second point was market reforms. We are all aware that the power sector is being heavily subsidized by the federal government. With the tariff we met on ground, Nigerians will not pay more than 30% of cost of energy. Government has been subsidizing close to 70%. Be it hydro source of energy, be it gas-powered plants, government has been subsidizing. And this subsidy, we cannot afford it. We owe power generating companies over 4 trillion naira. And this has been the bane of the industry non-performance. And we said that let us have a covenant-based tariff structure, which will be based on hours of supply for territories with very good infrastructure. Our infrastructure has decayed over time. We have not serviced the transformers. The lines are breaking down. The towers are being vandalized. So for the few customers that have very good infrastructure, we are saying when you enjoy 20 to 24 hours of service, you will pay what is called cost reflective tariff. That is CRT. Just 15% of customers. And this has worked wonders. There was initial resistance. But after 2 to 3 months, when the people found out that it was even cheaper for them to pay these bills than to be paying for diesel, to be paying for fuel, to maintain generator. If I give you a data that in 2023 alone, the revenue paid to the power distribution companies was just 1 trillion naira. But our people, Nigerians, they spent over 15 trillion on procurement of diesel, procurement of fuel, and maintenance of generator, which is more expensive. So we are saying if you can make this infrastructure to be better, it is cheaper for us to even pay a higher tariff and save up on diesel and fuel. So market reforms has actually given us some good increment in revenue. In 2024, the discos made a revenue of 1.7 trillion, which is a 70% increment over the previous year revenue. And in 2025, we are looking at almost 2.3 trillion. That is doubling official power sector revenue in just 2 years. I think we need to give Mr. President a round of applause for this. So we are doing a number of things in the market reforms. And number 3 is the infrastructure revamp. All the segments in the power sector value chain, they have dilapidated infrastructure that cannot support the power sector of our dream. So the president needed to spend a lot of money to revamp this infrastructure. We have some generating companies that have dilapidated turbines, which we are working on to revamp. We have also added additional 700 megawatts of Zungeru hydro plant. Today, we have increased the installed capacity in our power sector from 13,000 megawatts to 14,000 megawatts. And thank you for that. And our transmission infrastructure, which covers thousands of kilometers of high voltage and medium voltage power lines, have not been maintained for over 50 years. Our power transformers, which runs into hundreds of thousands across substations, have not been maintained. Same thing with all the towers, and we also experienced vandalization. What the president has done was to resuscitate the Presidential Power Initiative, PPI, which we all know as a Siemens project that was first initiated in 2018 under the former president. But the activities of COVID and the death of the former chief of staff did not really allow it to take off fully. But on resumption of office, we were convinced that we must go with this project. So PPI is doing wonders. So when you see our grid that is stabilizing more than before, it is the completion of the pilot phase of the Presidential Power Initiative, PPI, by importing 10 power transformers, 10 power mobile substations, which we have installed across the country. That's why you can actually experience stability in our grid. Last year, we had 12 instances of grid disturbances, some of them due to vandalization, technical problems. But in 2025, we have only recorded 1 instance of grid disturbance. I think we are making progress. And on that grid collapse, within 2 to 3 hours, we restored power. The next thing is the Presidential Metering Initiative. One of the major issues in the power sector was the meter gap. We have over 30 million customers. Number of customers with meter is just a little over 6 million. We have close to 7 million meter gap. Mr. President, together with the states, under the federal account allocation, have set aside 700 billion naira to buy meters. In this year alone, 1.1 meters will be procured before the end of December, while in the next 5 years, annually, 2 million meters. So in 3 to 5 years, issue of meter gap will be completely eliminated. I can assure you that. Then for me to round up, because of time, like I told you, there are so many things we have done, but we have limited time. The issue of renewable energy. We now have a lot of houses, institutions, businesses being powered on renewable energy. This is due to the policies of federal government. Today, we are producing solar panels here. And our first set of export of solar panel to Ghana was last week. So we have started exporting solar panel. Very soon, we have started producing meters here in Nigeria. We will start producing batteries. We have all that it takes. We have lithium deposits. We have natural resources. We have the market. We have the people. With all this, we must be self-reliant. We cannot continue to be import-dependent. And lastly is the issue of local content and human capacity, which we believe is very key to the sustainability of the power sector. We have not trained our engineers in the past decade. The last training our engineers received were the days of NEPA, the days of PHCN. The successor companies that took over all these Nigerian and federal government companies, they have not been training their personnel. So we have resuscitated the National Power Training Institute. Just last month, we just opened a 104-room hostel and modern training facilities for the NAP team. Lastly is the use of our natural resources to produce what we want. And Mr. President has already championed this, and the Power Ministry is at the forefront to ensure that we use what we produce and we produce what we want. So those are the 5 pillars of Mr. President's reform and transformation in the power sector. In just 2 years, you can imagine in the next 2 years where we will get to. So when we made the electoral promise that I will give you stable, functional, reliable, and affordable power sector, he meant business, and he has started it. But we know that Rome was not built in a day. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step in the right direction. We have taken the giant step, and we are in the right direction. Thank you, and God bless.
A round of applause for the Minister of Power. Thank you so much, Chief Adebayo Adelabo. Thank you, sir. All right, moving now to another powerful ministry of the federal government generating revenue. We will be moving to the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola. Thank you, sir. and thank you for your patience.
Afenifere. Afenifere. It's not loud enough. Oh. Afenifere. Thank you. I recognize our excellencies, the governor from Southwest that are here, the honorable ministers, our leaders, particularly Chief Bisi Akonde, eminent elders and leaders of our region, our royal fathers, thank you for being here. Members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I first of all like to commend the President for his visionary leadership in creating the Ministry of Marine and Bioeconomy in 2023. Nigeria is blessed with abundant maritime resources. We have 853 kilometers of coastline, 10,000 kilometers of inland waterways, 200 nautical miles of exclusive economic zone, which has been increased by another 16,300 kilometers through the continental shelf. So Nigeria presents a very critical ship route that links Africa with Asia, Europe, and America. So by that abundant resources, Nigeria is a maritime nation. So having created the ministry, the first thing we did was to work on the issue of national policy on marine and bioeconomy as a foundation to put the structure to harness the resources of the ocean for economic growth, job creation, improved livelihood, while guaranteeing environmental sustainability. Having said that, we started by ensuring that we try to modernize the existing port. The first two ports of Apapa and Tinkan were created some 70 or more years ago, and they have been so neglected over the years. So what Mr. President did was to ensure that he gave an approval for the modernization and automation of these ports. In Southwest, we have these three ports: the Apapa Port, the Tinkan Port, and the Lekki Deep-Sea Port. The Lekki Deep-Sea Port is a modern port that attracts big vessels and is doing no less than more than 60% of transshipment in Africa, in Nigeria. So we are modernizing the port, first of all, to increase the infrastructure. Secondly, to increase the draft level. Nigeria is supposed to be the transshipment in West Africa, but the existing ports have very shallow depth, what we call draft. The draft level of the existing Apapa and Tinkan is about 13 meters, whereas with the kind of modern vessels that we have today, you don't need anything less than 16 meters. So we are modernizing the port by increasing the draft so as to attract big vessels coming to our shores. Most of the imports that are meant for Nigeria, most times are taken to neighboring countries because of our draft level. So once we're able to increase the draft, this import will come back to us. In addition to that, we are developing additional ports. Deep-Sea Port, we have one in Badagry and Snake Island in Lagos. Equally in Southwest, we are collaborating with Ondo State Government for the Ondo Deep-Sea Port, which is ready to be taken to effect. We are going looking at Olokola Deep-Sea Port in Ogun State. Apart from this, we are creating additional inland dry ports, one in Jebu-Ode and another one in Moniya, to ensure that we're able to bring port activities to the grassroots and reduce the level of congestion on the ports, the existing ports in Apapa and Tinkan. Equally, we are creating a trailer park in Shagamu
to decongest the ports of Apapa and Tinkan. Again, we've succeeded with the collaboration with the state government to put an end to the Apapa gridlock. Some years back, you realize that passing through to Apapa is like going through hell. I must commend the government of Lagos State, the Navy, and our agencies for ensuring that this gridlock is a thing of the past. We have grown our revenue by automating processes, by efficiency in port operation. In 2023, our revenue from the agencies was about 700.9 billion. But I can tell you today, in 2024, the revenue has grown to 1.39 trillion naira, which is an improvement from the 2023. And I want to believe that by the time we talk about revenue in 2025, I won't be surprised if it is going to be more than 2 trillion. I know the Minister of Finance will be looking forward to that. Apart from all of that, we are doing a lot in terms of ensuring that we do capacity building for our youth. We want to encourage our youth to take career in maritime. It's very lucrative. We have the Maritime Academy in Oron that trains our seafarers. We're doing more of that. Sometimes we take some of these youths even to neighboring countries and even abroad for training. Again, we succeeded in stabilizing prices of petroleum. You'll be wondering why. We are not in petroleum ministry. But the policy of Naira for crude for Naira that was launched by the federal government has assisted in ensuring regularity of petroleum products. For instance, the Dangote refinery is buying our crude in Naira. What it means that fluctuation in terms of dollar will not affect stability of the prices. So it's the policy of federal government that has assisted in ensuring that fuel is available and at affordable price. Again, we're looking at developing more inland waterways. We are looking at phasing out the rickety boats that are creating problems on our inland waterways. I want to enjoy our subnationals, the governors, to please collaborate with the federal government in phasing out rickety boats. I could recall that during the time of our president when he was governor of Lagos State, Mo Lue and what they call Bole Kaja were the king of the road, and they were creating a lot of nuisance and a lot of lives were being lost. What did he do differently? He gradually phased them out to the extent that children born after 2003 might not know what is called Mo Lue or Bole Kaja. So it is important for us to gradually phase out the rickety boat and ensure the use of life jackets at all times. These are some of the things that we can talk about in terms of the efforts of the ministry in supporting the federal government, and that has been made possible through the renewed up agenda of Mr. President. I believe by the time we are supposed to be given a scorecard come next year, I'll be able to talk more on what we've been able to achieve so far. Thank you.
A round of applause. Thank you so much, sir. We are grateful for that brief. I mean, a lot of people were wondering at the beginning of the creation of that ministry, what exactly will a ministry of marine and blue economy be doing? I mean, a lot of Nigerians had that question at the back of their minds. Okay, before we move to the next minister who will be speaking about health, we will be taking about 4 to 5 questions per minister. So please, if you have questions, you could write them down or you could begin to make your way towards the corner where the presenters, the hosts for the event are. So please write your questions down and pass them. Quickly, we'll be moving to the Ministry of Health. And we have with us the people who are in charge of you and I being hale and healthy. The Minister of State is here. We we have Dr. Adekunle Salako be speaking to us about the strides that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government had made in the health sector.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly acknowledge our host governor. I call him the shining governor of the Sunshine State, Lucky Odimison Ayedatiwa. And of course, the chairman of the governors in Yoruba land, the excellent governor of the Center of Excellence, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and all governors in the Southwest here represented, our KBACs from the four corners of Yoruba land, our leaders. Permit me to specially acknowledge, as a former chairman of Afenifere in my senatorial district, acknowledge our leader worldwide through the leader of Afenifere in Ogun State, Senator Femi Okuromu. I will open my presentation with a very profound quotation that is an inspiration to me and to us in the Ministry of Health. Mr. President said, and I quote, in 2023, "As long as we think wisely, do boldly, and remain faithful to our noble objectives, no mortal power can stop us." And with that, I personally draw a lot of inspiration. Mr. President, in my opinion, is an exceptional Yoruba man who combines the organizing skills, the brilliance, and the clear-headedness of Chief Obafemi Awolowo with the pan-Nigerianism, the financial acumen, and the courage of MKO Abiola. As we all know, health is wealth. If you have 1,000 problems, the moment you have health problem, all the other 999 problems will disappear, and you will have only one problem. Therefore, the health sector occupies a very, very central position in the Renew Hope agenda. And if you read that document, the president said, the health of Nigeria is an urgent matter of rights. The health of all Nigerians is an urgent matter of rights. And in that document, Mr. President itemized a 9-point agenda that he's going to use to address the health challenges that we face in Nigeria. First, he talked about health sector governance and leadership to achieve universal health coverage, equity and quality, primary health care as the bedrock of our health system, emphasis on preventive care, improve allocation to health care, preparing Nigeria for the next public health emergency, improving local research, better emphasis on mental health, and using the health sector as a creator of jobs and improving the welfare of health workers. And so, when Mr. President assumed office in May 2023, the public health landscape was not very encouraging. Less than 5% of Nigerians were covered with social health insurance, which means about 95% of Nigeria were doing out of pocket to harvest or to access health care. There was poor enabling environment for local production. The basic health care provision fund that was supposed to drive primary health care, only 21% of the primary health care centers in Nigeria were ready at that level. And of course, we were also faced with the challenge of migration, popularly called Japa. So, we decided to confront these issues. And I can tell you, if you look at some of the data that are now coming out, in terms of infant mortality, you can see us to have improved remarkably in 2024 survey that was done. In terms of under 5 mortality, we have also improved remarkably in terms of the survey that have been done. Of course, in 30 months of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a lot has been done. And I'm afraid I may not be able to say everything, but I'll just highlight the very critical ones. The first thing is to develop a blueprint that can guide our journey and our movement towards the destination that Mr. President wants to take the healthcare sector in Nigeria. And so we came up with what we call the Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative, a blueprint that the subnational government also subscribed to under the leadership of the President. President convened the subnational government, convened the partners, convened the civil society, and we signed a compact that everybody say this is the path to go, using what we call the sector-wide approach, so that we all know what is happening. What is happening in Ogun State, Federal knows, Ondo State knows, and we are also collaborating with one another. I don't know whether they are showing yes, they are showing it. There's a particular graph under slide 4 that I would like to point our attention to, which is what has happened to allocation to the health sector in the last 2 years. Allocation to the health sector in the last 2 years has more than grown by over 100%. Over 100% increase in the allocation to health sector. And today, after security, after infrastructure, after education, health is the biggest spender of government resources. And so, if you also look at it, you will see that over the last 2 years, to facilitate access to health for Nigerians, we have come up with over 21 strategic policies. We have focused a lot of attention on primary healthcare revitalization. And today, over 2,000 primary healthcare centers have been upgraded to full functionality. Another 3,000 is on track. And our vision is to achieve 17,000 by 2037. I must say that 794 of those PHCs that have been upgraded are in southwest Nigeria. Approximately per quarter, 37 Nigerians now access primary health care on a quarterly basis. We have deployed over 115 billion to drive basic health care provision for Nigerians. And out of that, 15.8 billion has been deployed to primary health care centers in the southwest. All the 137 local governments in southwest Nigeria now have performance financial management officers and health fellows. And we have trained over 61,000 frontline health workers, with over 13,000 of them in southwest Nigeria. We have significantly focused a lot of attention on preventive health care, making milestone movement in improving primary prevention through the use of immunization. Nigeria, for the first time under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, introduced human papilloma virus vaccination that protects our young girls from cervical cancer. And today, we have vaccinated over 14 million young girls against cervical cancer. And that is the largest in the whole of Africa. We have introduced malaria vaccine to prevent malaria. We have introduced, for the first time under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the measles rubella vaccine. And up to date, within the beginning of October, when it was introduced, and now we have vaccinated over 29 million Nigerian children against measles and rubella. A lot has been done in that respect. We are upscaling our screening services to catch preventable diseases like cancers at very early stage. We have also focused a lot of attention on maternal health care. And today, we have what we call maternal and neonatal mortality reduction innovation initiative, which provides, among other things, free cesarean section to Nigerians, pregnant women that cannot afford it. And today, over 4,000 free cesarean sections have been done. Some of them in Lagos, in Ibadan, in Ile-Ife, in Abeokuta, in Owo, in Ado-Ekiti, centers that are being used for this initiative. Now we have what we call the Save Mama hotline. And I want to ask all of you, please dial 3581 on your phone. And for any pregnant woman in any part of Nigeria today, if you dial 3581, somebody will respond at the other end. And we will provide support, especially ambulance support, to move, because one of the key elements of maternal mortality is delay from going from home to the facility. And so we have provided ambulance services and a hotline where people can access such services. So Save Mama is hot and it is working. We also realize that on an annual basis, Nigerians spend more than $1 billion United States dollars on health tourism. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has decided to tackle that frontally, starting with cancer care. 40% of Nigerians who go out for health care goes because of cancer care. And as a result, we have institutionalized, and now 3 cancer centers of excellence have been commissioned. Another 3 is on stream to be commissioned soon. We have upgraded the cancer center at UCH Ibadan and in Ife. We have also provided a fully equipped radiotherapy center at FMC Ebute-Metta, open heart surgery center at FMC Abeokuta. To address the issue of manpower, we have created new schools of nursing and also expanded the ability of our medical schools to train medical students and new doctors. So, to further deepen our approach to cancer care, we are providing what we call Cancer Health Fund to be able to support Nigerians who cannot afford cancer care. We have produced a national policy on health workforce migration. And this is a very important document. It's a document that we're using to address the challenge of JAPA, the challenge of migration of health workers from our country to other parts of the world, ensuring that we create incentives, ensuring that even when they leave the country, we are still able to be in touch with them and still able to harvest their support and participation in the health sector in Nigeria. Under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the last 30 months, we have created 13 new federal tertiary health institutions. 4 of them are in Southwest, in Ekpe, in Akure, which the governor acknowledged.
We need to round up.
Another one in Osun, Ikole-Ekiti. And this we are doing in ensuring that Nigerians and our people have health care. In conclusion, let me say that the Renew Hope agenda is working for Nigerians. And a new Nigeria is being born, is being battered, where there is access to quality and affordable health care with financial protection. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is competently leading this transformation with a clear vision, with courage, with patriotism, with his eyes, not just on today, but on generations of Nigerians coming behind. And I dare say, Ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ má jẹ́ ká sùn. Àwa àgbààgbà Yorùbá, ọba Yorùbá, gbogbo akíkanjú, gbogbo gbajúmọ̀ Yorùbá, gbogbo ọ̀dọ́, gbogbo obìnrin, ẹ má jẹ́ ká sùn. Àwa ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ adúláwọ̀. Let us keep this mandate. And so, with peace and plenty, Nigeria shall succeed. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much, sir. We quickly want to take the last speaker. I crave the indulgence of our governors to please give us just a few more minutes as we invite the special advisor to the president.
Mr. Governor, sir, we'll take the national anthem now.
The Ondo State anthem first, and then the national anthem.
Do we have the Southwest anthem there, Mr. DJ? Yes, we'll take after this photo session. After this photo session. Please, control room, can we have the Southwest anthem? Can we have the Southwest anthem? Thank you very much. National anthem, please. The national anthem. National anthem. Nigeria, our own native land,
Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians own and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace all battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our warm request. Help us to build our nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed.
Agidi yín pọ̀ lóńdó yìí àfìgbà tẹ́ ẹ kọ́ tán.
With the national
Thank you very
anthem,
much.
we now come to the end of
you very
the
much.
day one of the Southwest Citizens Government Engagement Summit holding here in Akure, Ondo State. It is a summit envisioned and organized by the Afenifere group as an institutionalized platform for amplified citizens' voice, holding government accountable and ensuring that the Southwest region's contribution to national development are matched by equitable federal attention and resource allocation. On that note, on behalf of the entire crew, I am Ni Omotense saying bye for now.